Cuban President Raul Castro called on Latin American and Caribbean leaders to work together at a gathering of all Western Hemisphere nations except the U.S. and Canada. He gave the keynote speech at the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, or CELAC. And Michael Voss is live for us in Havana with the very latest on the summit. A very big day there, Michael.
Yes, Elaine, the summit is running a little behind schedule. There were some late arrivals here, particularly the presidents of Chile and Peru, who've been busy dealing with the fallout of the United Nations ruling on their disputed maritime borders. We're told that they are likely to have face-to-face meetings behind the scenes here on Wednesday morning. Now, as you say, Cuba is hosting this summit. In the past, when its former leader, Fidel Castro, was in power, he was famed for giving 5-hour speeches. Now, in his opening address, his brother Raul Castro spoke for a more modest 25 minutes about the challenges facing this diverse region.
The CELAC summit brings together regional leaders of all political persuasions from left to right. In his opening address, Cuba's President Raul Castro spoke of the common goal that unites them, the fight against poverty, hunger and inequality. But to achieve those goals, he urged Latin American and Caribbean countries to exert greater control over their natural resources.
We should fully exercise our sovereignty over our natural resources and design appropriate policies in our relations with foreign investments and multinational companies operating in CELAC member states.
Yet while countries like Bolivia have been nationalizing foreign companies, Mexico has just opened its oil industry up to outside investment. The only countries in the Americas not at the table are the United States and Canada, which have opposed letting Cuba take a seat at the Organization of American States. It's one of the main reasons CELAC was created 3 years ago.
Is CELAC going to replace the OAS?
I don't think so. What we are creating is an important space for Latin American and Caribbean countries. We need to let this develop before we start talking of replacing or substituting one another.
The summit coincided with the annual Torchlit procession to mark the birthday of José Martí, the 19th century leader of Cuba's War of Independence against Spain. Today he's become a symbol of regional independence, and several heads of state joined President Raul Castro marching together through the streets of Havana.
Elaine, the heads of state and government are currently working on a declaration of Havana, which will flesh out many of their poverty reduction and other plans. On the economic front, though, this is a very divergent region, ranging from those who favor protectionism to those who've signed free trade agreements with the United States and others. We're now waiting to see what sort of consensus there will be on this and what will make its way into this declaration.
And Michael, yesterday you mentioned that there was some debate over whether to invite Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory, to join CELAC, and that's obviously something the United States would oppose. Any more talk on that, or has anything come out of it?
Well, Raul Castro spoke very strongly about this in his opening address. He said that the organization would never be complete without what he called this sister Latin American and Caribbean country that was still under colonial rule, he described it. But I don't think, as you say, that everyone is in agreement with this. Certainly it would anger the United States. It's a very provocative suggestion that isn't backed by the government in Puerto Rico. They say joining CELAC isn't on their radar. So again, let's see what's in that declaration on Puerto Rico.
All right, CCTV's Michael Voss reporting live from Havana.